Well, the war with Iran continues, causing shockwaves across the world. It's disrupting air travel and causing chaos at some of the world's busiest airports. Let's go to Lee Waldman with the latest.
As Operation Epic Fury continues, some Americans are caught in the middle.
We have about 1,500 Americans that are requesting assistance with departure.
The State Department has urged U.S. citizens to depart now from countries throughout the Middle East due to serious safety risks. But the limited number of flights poses a challenge, which is why the Trump administration is working on options for charter, military, and expanded commercial flights.
We need to have contact information for Americans that need assistance. They have to register with us because as these options begin to open up, and as they open up, we have to be able to call you, we have to be able to reach you.
Americans in the region are being asked to call or register with the State Department for help. Several U.S. embassies in the Middle East have closed, but the State Department notes help is still available.
We are continuing to work 24/7 in this interagency task force to help Americans in those countries to leave should they desire to do so.
President Donald Trump was asked Tuesday why there were no evacuation plans in place for Americans ahead of the weekend strikes.
Because it happened all very quickly. I thought we were going to have a situation where we were going to be attacked.
The ongoing conflict is causing travel chaos. Thousands of flights have been canceled internationally since Sunday, according to data from FlightAware.com. In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
Today, co-anchor Savannah Guthrie making an emotional return to the studio.
Yeah, pictures capture the moment in Manhattan that Guthrie visited with her colleagues, first since her mother went missing from her Arizona home more than a month ago.
Guthrie reportedly plans to return to the morning news program at some point, but remains focused right now on supporting her family and working to bring Nancy, her mother, back home. The 84-year-old, as we've reported, was last seen at her home outside Tucson, January 31st. Detectives believe she was kidnapped, abducted, or otherwise taken against her will.
The Guthrie family has offered a $1 million reward for information leading to the recovery of their mother. But so far, information leading to an arrest has been hard to come by.
All right, taking a live look outside once more. Warm and sunny out there as we're getting closer to the weekend.
I know it is Thursday. We're almost there. And it's been so nice having this early spring-like weather. So far, no rain coming our way, but that might change. So we want to check in on things with our chief meteorologist, Jason Smith. Hey, Jason.
Hey, looking at the situation, Shelby, Lenise, you know, we are going to see a few showers around, so we got to watch out for that. But the temperatures are going to stay very, very comfortable, and it does feel like spring out there. It's starting to bloom. The flowers are blooming. The trees are budding out.
They are all over. I've been seeing all kinds of shades of pink.
We like it. Spring is almost here.
It is, and I've been seeing some shades of green too. The pollen's starting to show up a little bit. This is our Eastern Shore Toyota view from Orange Beach, and because the water temperatures are chilly, we've got low clouds at the beach. It's interesting how pretty it's been up into the inland parts of the forecast area today, but been a little bit dreary down at the beach, and it's chillier in Orange Beach too. We've got temperatures in the low 70s. We've been above 80 degrees in a lot of the inland spots, and so you can see that low cloud cover right here near the immediate coast this evening here, kind of hugging the shoreline right there. And then we've had a few passing mid and upper level clouds, and then they're kind of going from west to east. And then you've got this low level flow that's creating some fair weather cumulus, and even looks like a couple of light showers in northern Washington County starting to pop up this afternoon. So clouds kind of coming from all different directions at all different levels. 75 degrees in downtown Mobile right now. Winds out of the south at 11. And checking out our forecast for tomorrow morning, looks like we're going to see a few clouds around, maybe even mostly cloudy early, and we will see more patchy fog. It was a little dense in some areas this morning. Matt had an update on that. We're going to be tracking that potential not just tomorrow morning, but really over the next 4 or 5 days. We could have some foggy mornings as we get this warmer temperature pattern holding on with overnight lows and daytime highs. Tomorrow's temperatures will get up to near 80 degrees again in many spots tomorrow, with mid 70s closer to the coast. But we will see a chance of some showers tomorrow. We'll break that down with your high-res futurecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Jason. Well, 2 Fairhope roundabouts will soon take on a character all their own as the city is looking for artists to build unique sculptures for them.
That is going to be really cool once they get finished with that. The first will be at Fairhope's iconic floral clock. That's where Scenic 98, Veterans Drive, and Triangle Drive converge. The city wrapping up construction there, lacking only a few light fixtures.
The other location is at the roundabout at County Road 13 and County Road 32, which is near the airport. Both locations are gateways into the city, and qualified artists are being encouraged to put in their requests for qualification.
And there are some specific guidelines here in order to qualify. The artist must be from Alabama, Mississippi, or Florida, or have some sort of connection to Fairhope. They also need a body of work to demonstrate their ability to produce the artwork that meets the expectation.
Right now we're asking for qualifications from the artists. So it's an RFQ. We want to find out what their background is. Can they deliver the kind of artwork that we need to have here? And that's got to be large in scale and of good creative quality.
Well, candidates will have until the 18th of this month to submit their applications to the Eastern Shore Arts Center Selection Committee. After review, the field will be narrowed down with the winner for each location announced in October.
They'll then have 6 months to a year to finish the commissioned work. Of course, we will tell you how much that will be and also have further reaction. That is coming up in less than an hour tonight on Fox 10 News at 5.
Up and away to the Smithsonian. 2 of the most important comic books ever printed will be available for everyone to see. No X-ray vision needed. Patrick Cornell explains in today's Take a Look at This.
The comic books that birthed 2 icons will soon be on display at the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History in Washington, D.C. The museum announced the acquisition of Action Comics #1 from 1938, which introduced us to Superman, the character that started the superhero genre and spawned the golden age of comics. Nearly 90 years later, the character is still a monumental figure in popular culture. The other acquisition, Captain America Comics #1, dated 1941, which shows the superhero smashing Adolf Hitler in the face months before America ever entered World War II. In its announcement, the museum says both comics are historically significant and their characters and themes played a major role in American culture and cultural history. Action Comics #1 goes on display in late April, followed by Captain America Comics #1 in the fall. While we're on the topic of heroics, firefighters in northern Italy came to the rescue of a wolf caught in a canal. Reportedly, the female animal got stuck on the pylon of a footbridge, unable to get itself to safety. The team of rescuers made its way into the moving waters to sedate and secure the animal. Video shows them using a net and a catch pole to carefully steer the wolf to the bank. Once they moved it to dry land, they were able to transfer it to the care of a veterinarian. For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
Grammy-winning pop star Britney Spears has been arrested for driving under the influence.
Oh, I hated seeing this today come across my notifications. The 44-year-old was arrested last night in Ventura, California. According to the county sheriff there, inmate records, it shows that Spears was placed in handcuffs and taken into custody, where she was later released.
Her manager responding to all of this, saying in a statement, quote, "This was an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable. Britney is going to take the right steps and comply with the law, and hopefully this can be the first step in a long overdue change that needs to happen in her life," end quote. So, you know, if you follow her on Instagram, you've seen the videos, and a lot of people have been questioning for a while.
Long time.
If she's okay. And I think at last check she disabled her Instagram account, I want to say like 2 days ago, and then this happened. So yeah, heartbreaking to see.
Absolutely. Something is not right, and it has not been right for a long time, just from outside looking in. Obviously, I don't know her. So I do hope that, like her manager said, that was a pretty strong statement, that hopefully some change will come from this, but you never want to see anything bad go on with Britney Spears. She's a legend from my time, you know?
Well, she's gone through a lot. We both read her book, and I think that really tells a lot of probably what she's having to deal with now, and hopefully, yes, in the words of her manager, she will take some new steps.
Yep. Well, in 2024, you could not miss Shabuzi's hit, a bar song, Tipsy.
Now, it's getting a remake. Okay, so you maybe not have felt the need to release some stress after your favorite store denied a return that did not fill out an order correctly, maybe perhaps.
Yeah, now there's a new video game that lets you become the ultimate Karen. This is hilarious. Here's a clip from the new indie game called Karen.
I thought there was a new word for Karen now. I thought there is. It's not Karen anymore. I forgot. But in this, real life simulations are based in a shopping mall. The avatar is a chaotic blonde who is storming inside demanding a refund.
Jessica.
Yes!
Isn't it Jessica?
It is Jessica.
Sorry to all the Jessicas out there.
I remember that.
It's a new Karen. In true fashion, Karen destroys several stores in complete and utter madness after she does not get her way. The challenges are based over a 6-day level time frame where each day ends with a boss fight.
I don't know what to think about this. The release date has not yet been announced. I mean, it's a game, right?
Is this going to be your DDC?
No, I'm not.
This is so funny. I almost
Would you
don't
play
have
it?
words. I don't know. I think it seems too violent. No, it's not violent, but you know, just a lot going on.
Anger.
Anger. Which they say Karens, they raise Cain if something doesn't go their way.
So what does Jessica raise?
I don't know.
Okay. Next up, we're going to dive into the big breaking stories we're working on for your most local news at 5.
And then we have this story. All right, don't forget, daylight saving time starts Sunday. So you're going to move your clocks ahead by an hour. And sometimes that shift doesn't have to take a toll on your sleep.
Are you ready for it?
I'm so ready. It's my favorite time of year. Let's do it.
Favorite time of the year. In your Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on how you can get ready to spring forward without losing any shut-eye.
It's that time of year again. Sunday, March 8th, spring forward an hour starting at 2 a.m.
With spring forward specifically, people tend to have a little bit more difficulty acclimating to it.
Michelle Drerup with Cleveland Clinic says data shows this shift in time can lead to a rise in cardiovascular events and accidents. Sleep disruptions can also affect mood due to grogginess, headaches, fatigue, and increased irritability.
We just want to be cautious if you're driving in those early mornings after the time change. Sometimes people may decide like, okay, I'm going to on that Monday morning, I'm not going to schedule anything that takes, a lot more focus or high kind of, attention tasks.
Drerup says preparing now before the time change is key. Start by gradually adjusting bedtime and wake time. Go to bed 15 to 20 minutes earlier and wake up 15 to 20 minutes sooner. She says it's especially important for children and teens.
So it's not a big hour chunk at one time.
Maximizing light exposure in the morning is also key. Drerup says opening the blinds and going outside to walk will help wake you up. And while it's tempting, she says, to avoid midday snoozes and not to compensate with over-caffeination.
Which may help in that moment or for that day, but then potentially puts us at risk for having more difficulty falling asleep that night, depending on timing of when a nap or caffeine use is occurring.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, parents of little ones, listen to this. Halo Dream is recalling about 45,000 Magic Sleep suits because of an infant choking hazard. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the zipper heads can detach. Halo, Amazon, Walmart, and Target sold them online between September and last month. They have a dual zipper and the product name on the chest. You're taking a look at it on your screen. Regulators say no injuries have been reported. Specific batch codes for the recalled products are on the CPSC website.
A record number of Americans might be tapping into their retirement savings early. The Wall Street Journal reports 6% of American workers withdrew from their 401k retirement plans managed by the Vanguard Group last year, citing financial hardship.
That number's up from 4.8% of workers who withdrew in 2024. While President Trump says the U.S. is in a, quote, golden age during his State of the Union address last month, the data shows that some workers are experiencing heightened levels of financial stress.
The Wall Street Journal indicates workers have been saving more in their 401ks, with balances going up to all-time highs, making the account easier to target when that financial trouble comes. Vanguard says last year's increase in hardship withdrawals marks the 6th straight year of increases since Congress made it easier to go into your retirement accounts for financial reasons back in 2018.
I think we're talking about Wendy's here, Lenny.
Yeah, we are. Are you ready for this story?
Sure. A popular fast food chain wants to pay you 6 figures just to eat. And we were talking about this. Would we do it? I don't know. But they're on a nationwide search right now for a chief tasting officer. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, so Wendy's is on that national search. They say for $100,000 a year, you can taste the Wendy's menu. Create content, share feedback, and they will keep a pulse on what's trending.
Okay, the job description leans into humor, saying applicants just need a mouth, a pulse, and strong opinions about the brand's food. I imagine it has to be good opinions, though, right?
You would hope so, or they would hope so.
Right. The remote role also requires very little travel.
Wendy says you can expect to go to places like your local Wendy's and or your couch. To apply, just submit a video showing why you're the perfect personality hire and show a little bit of your tasting skills. So I've been seeing a lot of the CEOs of these companies tasting their products. Some of them
they need to do that more often, if
going
I'm being honest.
Well,
some of these places.
Yeah, so people are not being very kind about the McDonald's one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Burger King and Wendy's all sampling the burgers. And so did that start this?
I don't know. I might do it.
Really?
Probably not, but. All right, Jason, thank you. A special senior night during Alberta High School's soccer game against BC Rain last night. The first goal of the game scored by a student I've introduced you before, Kevin Duran Corona. It was a moment of great sportsmanship that had players and fans on both teams celebrating and cheering the whole way. Here's more on his unforgettable goal.
Let's go, Kevin!
Remember Alberta High senior Kevin Duran Corona? We introduced you to him in October. A group of freshmen in Kevin's PE class noticed he really liked soccer, but didn't have a pair of cleats. So the 5 guys decided to raise the money and surprise him with his own brand new pair. He got to pick them out, of course.
These cleats would be good that he'd like, so we asked Kevin. He said he really liked them. So.
Did you like the cleats?
Yeah.
Wednesday night, those same cleats came in handy. Kevin dribbles the ball toward the goal. He kicks. He misses. Disappointment all on his face, but he gets a second chance. And the kick is good. Okay, and he is an even better goalkeeper. That's the position he really likes to play. School leaders do say the act of kindness by Kevin's classmates by giving him those new cleats at the beginning of the school year really just made last night possible. So congratulations, Kevin. What an accomplishment. We're going to be right back with more after this.
Hurry, this offer ends soon.
Band teacher in North Vegas has a resume that proves his passion, but his heart truly takes the spotlight off stage.
In his studio, everyone is welcome on the dance floor. Let's go to Talia Kirkland with more.
I was a boy that kids bullied me. I was locked in the bathroom. I was called different names. 5, 6, 7, let's go up.
Tyrell Rolls says he knew by the age of 8 that he wanted to be a dancer. And by 17, the Florida native had left home to pursue his dreams.
I did Miami City Ballet. The Lion King. I did Cirque du Soleil as a principal as well. Missy Elliott, Mariah Carey.
Performing across the country, Roll was at the height of his career when he decided to take on his biggest project yet, opening a nonprofit dance studio in North Las Vegas where students, regardless of their finances, could train.
It was my mission, it's my passion, it's my destiny to be able to reach young boys and girls and give them a platform and give them a place, a safe place to be able to express themselves through the arts.
The studio opened in 2016 with just a handful of students. By 2024, the city of North Las Vegas awarded Studio 305 with a $150,000 grant to expand programming, and now 10 years later, classes are full.
We also get a lot of amazing opportunities, like we get to go to competitions and do big showcases.
Students are traveling to compete and learning from professional choreographers.
I really love being here, because especially meeting new people.
15-year-old Emmanuel has been dancing at the studio for a little more than a year and told us he has grown as a dancer, but more importantly, as a person.
I do have this dream of me dancing on Broadway and then maybe transitioning to a ballet company and then maybe opening my own studio.
Roll says he has created the space he always wanted, and now watching his students thrive is his biggest accomplishment.
I'm going to keep being their #1 fans because I see the light shine.
This has a rare story for you tonight, Shelby. It's a milestone.
It really is, Lenise and Cameron. Today, I got to meet the Rush Men. Jimmy, who just turned 80, brought in his 99-year-old father, Jim. And Wenzel's made good on its promise. The Rush Men love raw oysters. Although they grew up in Mobile, they live in Florida now. But coming to the downtown Mobile Wenzel's location is tradition.
My dad and I started riding in a parade at Mardi Gras on Friday nights. And so we would come down here on Friday afternoon and eat oysters. And that started in 1972.
On the walls, dozens of signs with quotes and witty jokes. But there's one that's been a decades-old obsession to Carl Rush.
But I can quote by heart. Free oysters to any man 80 years old accompanied by his father. So in seeing that sign, we felt like our dad was going to make it to 100 because he's in great health. So we've been talking about it as a family for 25, 30 years.
And here they asked the bartender, anybody ever done it? On one hand. So, well, we'll be the first.
We're the #1s.
Carl's older brother, Jimmy, would be the first to turn 80. His father... You're the 80-year-old. And how old are you, sir?
That leaves me the other one. I'm 99.
Yep, Jim is 99 years old. And other than losing his vision, says he's in great health.
Except I've just been very lucky and very well taken care of through my God, and it worked out. Yep.
The Rush Men turned the event into a huge celebration, inviting about 60 family members and friends to Wenzel's. Jimmy says it's been his best birthday yet.
I never thought about any birthdays except my 80th. That's the one I was looking forward to.
Because of the sign?
Because of the sign.
And Wenzel kept its promise, delivering a dozen free oysters to the 80-year-old. Besides Jim's 100th birthday coming up, the Rush Men say they're looking forward to doing this again.
Well, we will be back to do this all over again October of 2028 when I turn 80. So my dad said he's going to make it, so it's good enough for me.
And let me tell you, Carl is counting down the days until he is 80. That would make Jim, his father, 102 in June of 2028. Also, I just want to add this in. Jim is a World War II and Korean War veteran. He tells me he's not on any medication and says the only key to living this age, he guesses, just taking it one day at a time. What an interesting and fun family. I'm so glad I got to do this story. Live in the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.
Great.